Hello, my name is Samuel Pokoo, a doctoral student of California Intercontinental University. I want to welcome you to my presentation on making the problem worse. The course subject is Organizational Change and Development in Management. My agenda for this presentation include introduction, overview, change process, using new technology to solve the problem, questions. Introduction. This presentation is intended for the staff at Springfield General Hospital, and it draws their attention to the need to appreciate the following: the why the need for a change of the status quo, how the change will be implemented using new technology, their key role as staff in the overall success of the change implementation. Overview of the problem. The problem confronted the Springfield General Hospital that was impacting negatively on their operations in reference to the case study include the following: prescribing errors, confusion over drugs with similar names, inadequate attention to the synergistic effect of multiple drugs and patient allergies, handwriting identification, that is, poor or illegible handwriting by the prescribing physician. To buttress the aforementioned problems was the assertion from the case study that after 10 years of efforts to reduce hospital errors, a study found that the harm to patients was common and that the number of incidents did not decrease over time. This assertion is very worrying, bearing the fact that there are human lives involved here, and all efforts must be made not to endanger human lives in any way. It is therefore refreshing to see the commitment of the chief administrators of the hospital to address these issues using new technology. Technology is an enabler that can ensure that reliable information is readily made available as and when needed at the hospital to facilitate an effective management information system in particular, and an effective and efficient operation of the hospital in general. Starting the change implementation with shared diagnosis at Springfield Hospital will build both the dissatisfaction with the status quo and a commitment to enact new behaviors. This is because the change will require the commitment of all the employees at the hospital. Thus, we need a diagnostic process which will involve all the employees, and their views and concerns will be sought and addressed during this diagnostic stage. We should note that a broad-based participation will help Springfield employees overcome defensiveness and resistance to change. After employees engage in a process of redesigning roles, responsibilities, and relationship implementation, we'll call upon people change, which will involve the process of matching the attributes of employees, their skills, motivation, attitudes, and behavior with the strategic requirement of Springfield Hospital. At the center of this change model and accompanying every stage is a process of mutual engagement, which involves the process of building a participatory dialogue among the employees at all Springfield organizational levels to the requirements of and process of achieving change. Mutual engagement at every stage of implementation process helps assure learning and builds commitment. It must, however, be noted that the introduction of the new technology, that is the Computerized Physician Order Entry System (CPOE), is just not to use that technology to automate existing processes, but that the new technology will be used in such a way that supports transform behaviors and alters the required skills at Springfield Hospital. Furthermore, in implementing the new technology, it was found out that the technology rather added to their issues than helped correct it. A critical analysis of the issues of the implementation of the CPOE software brought to the fore the fact that the implementation did not go well. As such, below are some of my recommended remedial measures to address the situation. They include a re-implementation of the CPOE software must be done, bearing the following in consideration. Springfield user requirements must be properly documented and discussed with the software vendors and signed off. There must be a user requirement document signed off, which will be a baseline document for the solution design phase by the client. The two above will facilitate a solution design and build by the vendor, taking into cognizance the user requirements in two above. There should be a user acceptance testing to be led by the testing officer from Springfield Hospital, who appreciates what the requirements of the hospital are and also knows what needs to be done. This process will involve a user sign-off of all the various test scenarios peculiar to Springfield Hospital operations have been executed among others. Finally, there should not be a hospital-wide rollout of the CPOE technology solution, but rather a phased rollout. Thus, management can decide that there can be a phased rollout of particular departments at a time. Then, based on the success rate, other departments are also brought on board. This will ensure that challenges will be identified and addressed as the phase implementations move along. References. Thanks for granting me audience for this presentation. Any questions?